Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, finally we have Brawl Talk. So in 1 day 2 hours time, as you can see in the in-game news tab, we have Brawl Talk where it takes us straight away to here. So straight away, we're just going to dive right into it. So from there we can see Masteries. That's going to be surely the key thing about it. We have 2 Brawlers, Masteries, titles, and more. So 2 new Brawlers again, which is pretty nice. Of course, one's going to be coming with the Brawl Pass, and then one could be any rarity really. Of course, it's just been a legendary, so I don't think it'll be that unattainable straight away, which is pretty nice. Masteries, of course, we already know. Mastery is going to be insane in terms of progression, hopefully, but at least we'll get to learn a lot of the stuff to do with it. And then titles, I'm going to guess it's something again like Clash Royale, where you like a banner or something. I don't know completely. And then of course it's going to be a ton more. Okay, so normally the biggest hints come from Brawl Stars tweets in terms of kind of sneak peeking, and as we can see, smile, you're on camera. So a little bit of a creepy graphic right here, but the reference that I think they're pointing to is the lore behind Brawl Stars. The I think it's WKBRL stream. You'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, by the way, but to do with all the lore, smile was always the reference used. So of course it's a little bit creepy because this brawler person, we don't really know, is watching everyone do their kind of thing. Maybe it's the brawler, maybe it's the environment, I'm not too entirely sure. So straight away we can just dive into the photo and see what we can find out. So we see Jesse and Penny just casually just munching pizza. I don't think there's really too much into this one. I don't know, maybe these brawlers could be getting their, not rework, they could be getting their remodel in terms of their skins. That's one thing that's been in the back end of the dev team, I know, since the remodels. A lot of the skins wasn't actually remodeled, so that could be a thing. Griff we see here trying to, I don't even know what he's doing. He's trying to look at some equations. I don't really know. I don't know what this could really mean. I don't think this is gonna mean too much because Griff, I think his trio is literally complete. So I don't think there's anything new to do with Griff. I could be wrong. Could be a new skin or something like that. But as we see here, this one is pretty obvious. Frank, he's getting his Supercell make skin, so coming in with the new update, I believe. So I think that's literally what that one is right there. So now we go into the more interesting ones. So these 2 graphics right here, the more interesting ones. So the top one is Edgar. So I'm trying to have a look what Edgar is really doing here. I can't really pin my head onto it, but it looks like he's, I don't know, it's like fidgeting with something. He's trying to make some, I don't know off the top of my head, but I think what this alludes to surely is the rework of Edgar, right? It's literally in the graphic. Everyone's been talking about the rework of Edgar. It's been probably nearly 6 months since they've kind of at least teased the idea of reworking Edgar. You know, he hasn't received any buffs or any changes, so hopefully this is finally the update for it. And then the next one, you know, I thought it was Colt at first, but it's Mortis, and he's receiving a note of some kind. I'm not entirely too sure what this could be. Again, like, I'm not completely in tune with the lore and stuff like that, but it looks like some kind of love note from maybe the new brawler or something like that. Not entirely sure with that one. So this one is an interesting one. So I think we know that Mr. P, is it Mr. P or is it Gale? I need to kind of recap myself on all of the lore about Brawl Stars because it's been so long. But we see Mr. P is a bit mysterious, isn't he? I think it's him, or oh yeah, no, Mr. P is in charge of the whole of Star Park, but it looks like he's got a mask. So do we really know who is behind that mask? I mean, to me it kind of looks a bit robotic just because of the mask slipping, like you can see that little point there. But yeah, it'd be interesting. Maybe we get to learn who Mr. P really is with this Brawl Talk. And then finally, well, not finally, we've got 2 more actually. We've got Fang and Buster. So we know now, I think it was confirmed by Danny, that Fang and Buster are part of a Star Park cinema trio. So this could allude to maybe the new brawler being a part of that trio. There's quite a few trios that haven't, well, there is literally, like, I'll put a graphic on the screen just so you guys can see, but there's a lot of trios that are missing. So this probably alludes to maybe the new brawler being a part of that trio because they are missing someone. And then we see Sandy. So I think this one could again either, well, I don't think Sandy's going to get a rework of any kind, but it could be a buff, maybe a new skin, but hopefully Sandy is getting some kind of love with the update. So Just quickly as well, before we move away from this graphic and just talk in terms of what we might expect with Brawl Talk, one key thing to note, which I always look, I think the Chosen One always puts it in the comments, but I always see someone put it in the comments anyway, is that the Brawl Talk is 10 minutes and 39 seconds long. Normally you can just see this on some certain browsers. I don't know how to do it myself, but I know a lot of people put it in the comments normally. So this just goes to show a lot of things. This could mean a lot of things in terms of what content is to come. Let's dive into it. Alright guys, so jumping into one quick game, just discussing what we think is going to be in Brawl Stars and what to expect. So 10 minutes 39 straight off the bat. That's going to be one of the longest Brawl Talks in the history of Brawl Talks, right? So expect something quite big, whether that's a lore, whether that's a lot of changes, whether Masteries is a lot more detailed than we actually anticipated. You know, that obviously could be a thing as well. You know, titles are probably going to be in tune with Masteries as well, so you got to have that to consider. So there's probably a lot of complexity with this update. So we know with the rework with gears, you know, that was quite a long Brawl Talk. We also have the change of the boxes. That was a pretty long Brawl Talk. So, you know, there's got to be quite a big substance to it. You know, there's not just going to be 10 minutes of just filler, right? There's either going to be something with a lore. There's going to be a lot of new changes, which is exciting. The longer a Brawl Talk, normally the better the update. You know, fingers crossed for this one. So I'm extremely excited. Let me know whether you want me to do a full Brawl Talk breakdown when I do get my hands on it. And, you know, I'm playing Edgar right now because surely this might be one of the last times that I play Edgar in this form. So if I were you guys, play Edgar as much as possible because I think he's going to change for the good, hopefully. So yeah, Buzz unfortunately is just going to wreck us. You know, Edgar is just terrible, so there's not much I can really do inside of this game. So yeah, 2 brawlers. Again, there's a lot of trios, but I didn't really touch on too much that haven't had a new brawler. Even the Candyland trio had, like, of course, that isn't full. That's just, I think, Chester and Mandy's. So of course, I know that is literally the season that is out right now, but could possibly even be a brawler from that trio. There's a lot of possibilities. We've seen from previous graphics as well. I know I didn't cover it, and you've probably seen it on some other YouTubers' channel, but I've seen it as well. You know, it could easily be like a robot of some kind. Like, it definitely looks like there's like from some of the graphics like a robot's hand or like a cassette. You know, there's something definitely more to that one. But that is going to be it for today's video, guys. Just want to update you as quickly as possible on Brawl Talk and give you guys my thoughts. So for me, it's going to be really exciting. I'm expecting a lot of new content and hopefully some reworks to some brawlers that definitely needed it in well, for a long time, like Edgar. So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.